Hey there everyone, my name is Monkey Sharpno from the Guys Who Play Games, back with some more Donkey Kong Country 3, and after beating the final boss, we just are sitting in his castle. But of course, like you can imagine, we're not even close to being done yet. Because we've got a whole other world to do, plus we've got a bunch of extra stuff to do after we finish this world still. So you'd be surprised, there's still a lot of content left. I guess let's go check out Blunder before we do anything else, because I believe I think he says something different if we haven't risen the Lost World by now. He'll just like call us idiots, but I mean I might as well just talk to him. So you found the Lost World, have you? You never would have found it without my invaluable help. If you raise it up without ever talking to him, the first time you come in, he'll actually accuse you of using a strategy guide, which is pretty funny. Whoa, I'm like stuck in the ground there. That was weird. No, that's pretty much everything. Let's just head on to the Lost World. Krematoa. I love the name. It's Krematoa. What's nice about this place is that we immediately have access to Wrinkly's save cave, so you don't have to, like, leave to save or anything. We can head on into Boomer's bomb shelter. Hello, Boomer's the name. Blowing up things is my game. Oh, blowing things up. He got exiled here because he was dangerous, because I guess they don't like dealing with his explosives. And yeah, so here's where you spend your bonus coins. He doesn't want silver coins, he wants the big gold B coins with, you know, shiny gold or whatever. No way, you crazy bear. Perhaps you should go play with your dollies instead. Hee-hoo-hoo. I can't help but feel like I'm supposed to have 75 bonus coins and not 74. Am I crazy? Whatever. That's enough to unlock 4 levels. Let me think. Oh, no. We'll see why we're only at 74 in a sec here. So that's enough to get 4 of the 5 little blockades blown up. It's a cool little cutscene, and if you don't have the bonus coins, you just can't make your way. So I like how it's like, in this game, it's not just like, I'm gonna jump into some magic barrel that takes me away to a Lost World. It's like, the reason you need the coins is actually to blow up blockades to actually make progress. And if you walk back in here after this, he'll mention that his last special explosion costs 25 coins instead of 15. The last person who tried to shortchange him hasn't even landed yet. So yeah, we can go ahead and access Lost World now. No ifs, ands, or buts. Let's just head right in. Stampede Sprint. And at the start of this level, before we even get to do any of the actual level, there's a bonus barrel right at the top here. And you can see just to the left there, there's actually a second bonus barrel just to the left. This one we start as a box squawks. This is the only other time besides Pothole Panic that you get to use a box squawks. And I'm going to point out right here, look at this. See what I mean about the hitboxes? The Kongs do not have any sort of hitbox, at least not a hitbox that can like damage them while riding squawks. They can pick up bananas, which is helpful because you can kind of like, maybe you can actually, maybe I'm wrong about that. Squawk still has his back issues where his back is really big. But I'm not sure if you can actually... No, I guess you can't collect it. If they do, it's a much smaller hitbox than I remember. But yeah, weird hitboxes is the name of the game for the boxed animals in this game, which is... Maybe that's why they don't show up as much, but I get the feeling that the reason they don't show up much is because it's the other way around. They gave them less hitboxes because they're not around as much. So they didn't have to worry too much about that. It's less taxing on the system. They're actually pretty smart about it and make it so that if you're riding squawks, you get an animal sign in here. So you can't just cheese that. Because otherwise this bonus would just be you flying around in empty space. It'd be way easier as squawks. Whoa, I was like tassing the heck out of that there. Do-do-do-do-do! And with the Squitter sign, you will get the letter K. So interesting thing is, if you use Squitter's webs to kind of... Ooh, if you use Squitter's webs to put some platforms, you can actually fly... Like, you're supposed to fly to this with Dixie, which is why they give this DK barrel here and no way to get hurt. But there are some interesting things you can do if you use Squidder's web platforms to fly over. But I'm just going to do this to start off with. I'm just going to get hit here. Like, look at this hitbox. Like, you have to fly inside the wasp to get hurt. It's funny. I just want to show off that the Squawk sign earlier gave us bananas, but if you come in here as Squidder, or as Squawks and take this sign, I believe you get a coin, yeah. So that's a nice little, like, it's a little bit more valuable, I guess. We're at 69, by the way. Bound Chicken Wow Wow. And I will actually show off what I'm talking about, because, I mean, it's not like it really matters. Let's get a nice high web there. Get some bananas. Funny how they actually thought of that. If you come there as after you get the K, you just get bananas instead. So there's not really much you can do. Actually, it's just fun that you can do this. They actually thought of this, and the screen will not scroll if you don't have if you haven't transformed yet. You can grab your bird buddy, but there's no reason to do that. So let's just transform to Ellie, and now the screen will scroll, and we get to see why this level is called Stampede Sprint, because Ellie gets scared by a bunch of rats. And now you're running for your life. This is basically a toboggan level, but you can't jump on bees, essentially. Like, that's all it really is. It's just you go fast. Don't jump on stuff because you're not in the toboggan, you're the elephant. And I guess elephants can't jump on stuff or something. Who knows? Ooh, I jumped way too early there. Ooh, that was close. But thankfully, they're pretty generous with DK bells. You get one there. Get a coin up there, you can just barely see it. I went silent there because I'm really focusing, because as you can imagine, because of how fast this level is, it can be pretty tricky. But thankfully they're very generous with the little coins or the bananas on the ground, so that's not an issue. I believe if you jump, like, where is it? There should be, there it is, there's a coin you can get. And we can see why we have to carry parallel. Wow. I just completely fumbled my words. Parry the parallel bird is in this level, but he doesn't really do much other than collect a couple goodies. But if you bring him to the end, boom, we get a bonus barrel. So if you mess this up, we have to redo the whole level. Thankfully, it's not too big of an issue because it's a short level, but this bonus is probably one of the harder ones in the game because ooh, we have to do some actual legit tricky jumps over this wasp. If Perry gets hurt here, you lose the bonus game and you're screwed. And even if you didn't lose the bonus game, you can't get any of the bananas without Perry anyways. So, you know. It's not too bad, but it's definitely, like, you can see that, like, this bonus really shows how, like, the bonuses in the game are a lot harder than they were in the first two games. And you also get a barrel from this. So once again, if you screw this up, which is pretty hard to screw it up, to be honest, but if you do, you have to redo the whole level. And upon completing a level for the first time in the Lost World, we get a cog. We can't do anything with these cogs yet. We have to get all 5 cogs from each level. But we'll see what they do later. Crisscross Cliffs. This is a really... this is one of my favorite levels in the whole game, because it's really cool. So we can toss our Kong up here. You have to do that to get that lung. So as you can see here, there's actually, basically, this is a cliff level, and it's purely a vertical cliff level. And the goal here is you basically climb the level with these steel kegs that are being fired by an off-screen bazooka. What's kind of funny is that if you... Oops, I always do that the first time. In different versions of the game, different things happen with this level. There's a lot of changes to this level in different versions. And the reason for that is that just like a bunch of like aesthetic changes for one thing, but it also fixes some exploits you can do with this level because of the kegs. Basically, I believe in PAL and I think Japanese versions of the game, you can actually physically see the bazooka at the bottom of the screen. And it's interesting that that's the case because in this bonus game, they actually do in fact have said bazooka here. So it feels like it's like some weird, I guess, like oversight. Oh crap. That didn't work like I wanted it to. I think you have to do it the other way. So let's... Really? You can see what I'm trying to do. You can turbo cheese this game by tossing your Kong to the other side, but it's not working like I wanted to. So I might actually run out of time here. Thankfully... Ooh, that was close. Hey, I did the 1 frame jump. That's cool. Yeah. Thankfully, not too bad. there's not too many hidden things, but you can see here. So these switches come back in full force. And pretty much the goal is always to you platform a bit so you can turn them into a TNT barrel to continue on. But the funny thing is, this is what I was talking about. This is one of the big thing they changed in future versions of the game. Because the buzz is off screen, they didn't properly make the buzz like stay on screen the whole time. So if you just come up here and don't do anything, it doesn't actually kill the buzz because the buzz is off screen, so it doesn't like load in. So these TNT steel cake switches are actually completely pointless for almost the entire level. What they do in POW versions to fix this is they just add a second buzz at the top of all these areas. But like, yeah, like it's really funny how it's just like mega cheese. And like you can even take advantage of that by coming back down here. You don't even have to bother killing that dude, although you can do that. And you can just kind of climb up there with the steel cakes only. But of course that's no fun, so let's go ahead and do the level properly. These are actually some pretty tricky jumps because of these recoils are jumping. You have to basically land on the edge of these platforms and then just kind of jump off them, because otherwise you obviously can't roll in midair, so you have to be careful about that. We get brought to this wide open area here, and I believe on each side here where yeah, there's an invisible banana, and on the other side there should be a coin. There you go. Boo. Can I just say, like, I haven't mentioned this yet, but this is like such a good song for the clip levels. Like, it's so good. I love like the transition from like drum beat into like a guitar solo back into the drum beat. Like it just works really well. Well, we're gonna take advantage of that to go ahead and you can just barely climb back down. And I'm gonna do that because I want to get my Kong back. So yeah, remember the Cliff and Clout from the credits? This is actually the first time we get to see them normally. So, and yeah, they're definitely like the most complicated enemy in the game. Like, they're actually surprisingly complex. So they have a bunch of different patterns based on which like variant they are, and like they do like these jumping patterns, and like they're actually really interesting because they'll actually react to you killing their partner, and depending on when you do it, it'll change what they do. If you kill them while they're like in the middle of their pattern, they'll actually stop the pattern and kind of like do a little freak out and then kind of just rush you, and they'll actually like lock onto you like the barrel enemies do. That was horrible. I just kind of just jumped into it. Look, it's fine. Doesn't matter. So yeah, you can see what I mean though. Like the fact that you can change this into a TNT is completely pointless. I'm not even gonna bother because doing it properly would mean you'd have to jump down. I missed the N? Oh, I know what it is. I think I missed the thing. So I think depending on which way you go changes where oh shit! Well, I got greedy and I wanted to find the end, so it's fine. Doesn't matter, I can at least find the end, I guess. I mean, I might as well show up the other way. It's like I'm like, oh, look at this enemy, and then I just don't even engage with it. Look, it's fine. I'm gonna show him off right now. Look at this dude. I don't remember where the end is. Is it just... Oh, yeah, it is just here. Wow. That's kind of silly. Well, I guess it's not silly. It's the harder way to go. But it's funny how it's like, it's very clear which way they want you to go because of that. Anyways, we can see once again, like they really do this little, I don't want to call it a gimmick, but this little like sequence of enemies a lot in this level. I believe, what is it? No. What I'm thinking of is when you get to this DK barrel here, if you drop down here, you can actually run into coin. And they even give you a switch just in case you turn into a TNT, because obviously if it's TNT and you drop down there, you're just screwed. And when we get to the second big clearing, there's 2 caches on each side. Well, I guess 1 cache on each side. You can break the left one and get a coin. You break the right one to also get a coin. Because yeah, this game has a lot of coins. Like, I spent like half my coins and we're already getting close to 99 yen. Anyways, yeah, team throw up there and you get another bonus. I believe this one is just you blast with barrels and the knickknacks. Yeah. This one's a lot slower though, so you have to be kind of careful about that. Like if you drop down too much, you can actually like run out of time because it's slow enough that, and they don't actually give you that much time. Like you can see, like if you like fall down, you really kind of get screwed. What am I thinking of? Oh, wait, I know what it is. So I'm gonna change the Dixie here, and when you get shot up to this rope, I want to be careful because yeah, you can see these cars are hella fast now. So you jump up here, kind of just dilly-dally back and forth, make sure they don't. Jump up here to get some bananas. I believe on the other side of this pit here, oh yeah, so like I mentioned earlier, there's the thing that shoots towards this middle area the whole time, and the way it works is kind of strange. What it really is it's just an object that's permanently loaded, and it just remains below the screen, constantly shooting barrels. So when you enter certain bonuses, it actually doesn't load in right away. It's like because we spawn up here already, this thing isn't even here yet. So if you want to spawn in, you actually have to like progress over here, and I believe this makes it spawn in automatically. Like you can see here, like look at this switch. It's actually like broken. The switch doesn't work because the object isn't even loaded in. So it's just like it by default to a wooden barrel, and in order to get it loaded in, I believe you have to jump down. I might actually have to take a hit here. This is one of like the few like I guess glitches with this level. You have to actually come here and then it'll load in. If you don't come over here, you're kind of screwed. You have to like jump back down. So I guess we have to do this again. Totally forgot about that because that doesn't normally happen. But like yeah. Anyways, you can come back up here. Do one last little thing with this class. This guy's a little slower because they expect you to actually like drop down. And I believe there shouldn't be anything here, but there is one last little secret here. If you jump over to the left there, you get a 2-up balloon. But first of all, I'm going to do this because there's a cache right underneath the thing where you can also get another life. And since we're in the last world, I might actually want some lives. So, anyways, so you want to kind of just right there, and you get a 2-up. Nice. And get our keg or cog. There we go. Already 2 of the 5 levels done. Not too bad. Tyrant Twin Tussle. Tussle. So as you can guess by the name, this level is all about Cuff and Cloud. In fact, that's pretty much the only enemy we'll be seeing for most of the level. And you can see, like, they have a lot of complex patterns, like you can see here. And the level's all about basically just, like, dealing with them. Like, they have bananas here, like, marked safe spots, but I believe later on they remove those safe spots, or, like, the bananas. And they kind of expect you to, just know. So, right up there, there's a secret, but I actually don't want to get that right away. I want to show something off. Kind of like, it's not really like... I can grab that 2-up balloon over here. You'll see what I'm talking about in a sec here. So, there's a thing over here that you can't get if you go up there right away. Oh! There's a cache here with a balloon in it, and obviously, if you go up to that thing, you like run out of time basically. So you'll see what I mean here. Let's go back. We can switch to Kitty here, throw up here, and throw up to this spot, and we get a Squitter barrel. Hey, Squitter shows up a lot in this game actually. A lot more than I remember, but he mostly shows up like late in the game. So I'm gonna show off what I'm talking about with these Cuff and Cloud enemies. So let's hang out over here and see this dude. Wait for him to like jump back. Boom! Kill his buddy, and he gets all pissed, and he'll actually run towards us. Of course, since the only way to really kill them is with Squitter, it's usually like not a big deal. And once you kill the one dude, the other one will despawn very easily, because once you kill one, the object is like set to not spawn anymore. So you can see, like, I really like that about them. Like, I love how it's like they like get like mad basically. I want to go up here now too, so let's go up here, climb up this little hole here with the buzzes, and I believe there is a secret up here. Yeah, if you kill them off screen, they just kind of do a little roar and you don't see them. I really like, I love how they have like a unique death sound and everything. Like, almost every crumbling in the game just uses the standard "aw" sound, but these ones actually have a completely unique sound, which I really like. I like that like attention to detail, I guess, that it's like even though we're this late in the game, it's still like we're getting unique enemies. Anyways, if we come over here, there's a coin, but since we're Squitter and we need Squitter to get up here, how do we deal with them? Well, of course, we've got a bazooka here. And this is probably like the coolest coin in the game, honestly, if you ask me. What you have to do is essentially make a platform for the steel keg. That should be enough right there. Boom. And from here, what you want to do is kind of jump up here. And I believe that should be it. Yeah, and you drop down here and we get to a bonus. Yay! I believe this bonus is, yeah, it's just collecting stars. And the trick here is that if you're Squitter, it's incredibly easy because you can just kill the Cuff and Cloud. Bow. But yeah, you can see what I mean. Cuff and Cloud are definitely like, I want to say like the most complex enemy in the game. Just because they have a ton of variants of them and like the way they work like changes. I believe, is it here? No, it's on the other side. There's a thing where you have to like toss to it. And I like these ones because now you get to start seeing like different things like this. Where like this one like changes, like it'll start running when it gets to the left and it jumps when it's to the right. Which is cool. And we got this one where you have to jump between them. Which is pretty cool. What's funny about this end right here, you can see it's actually just barely too high for us to get. So if you jump on those crimps by accident and don't have a partner, you're completely screwed. But of course, if we have Kitty, we can just toss up here to this barrel. And there's a very interesting Cuff and Cloud object here. So what you're supposed to do is take this TNT. You don't want to... You kind of jump back in here, and then you can kind of carry it across to kill these buzzes here. You can kill them both and jump into this bonus. Alternatively, you can just kill the Cuff and Cloud, and it makes it easier, but it's definitely like not really helpful because otherwise it becomes really hard to do the bonus, to get to the bonus without taking a hit. Woo! So you can see like this bonus is just about jumping between the holes, and that's it. That's all the bonuses for this level. So yeah, notice, you remember how like the first level had 3 bonuses? I believe that is the only level in the whole game that has 3 bonuses in it, I want to say. Huh. I guess they don't mark it. I guess they just put buzzes, so they, like, I guess that's kind of boring when you think about it, because it really just means you have to hide in one specific spot. Here we've got 2 different ways to go. The upper path is harder, but if we drop down first, there is a cache here for us to break open. Break it open to get a barrel, interestingly enough. I believe this is the only time that like you're intentionally given a barrel to deal with these guys too. So you can make him drop down here, and we'll run up here. Now he's gone. So that's what makes this one so easy, because you can just kill them and it's done. Of course, that's no fun. We want to get some goodies. So let's toss Kitty or Dixie back up here, jump in this barrel, and we can see that we've got some bananas to grab here. A banana bunch and 2 coins. I don't believe there's anything hidden there either. You can jump off this crimp here. Does not actually get you enough height, I forgot. You have to either team throw to that or just like do something else. So this one's actually a little harder because there's no like obvious banana toes. You have to just, no, that was very dangerous. I should not have done that. So you'll notice we only got, oh shit, this level has 3 bonuses too. What am I thinking? So yeah, at the very end of the level, there's a single banana here. Like, this is probably, like, the most obvious hidden bonus in the game. Jump into this banana here, and we can go ahead and grab our 3rd bonus. So there is 2 levels in this world that have 3 bonuses in them. I totally forgot about that. I do like how they wait till, like, the very, like, end of the game to do that. Anyways, this is a very difficult bonus level. I'd honestly say this is, like, either this one or the Parry the Parallel Bird one is, like, the hardest one in the game. Oh no, there's actually a 3rd one I'm thinking of is like really hard too. Like, either way, this world has a lot of hard bonuses. Like, it doesn't seem that hard because like obviously like you can just kind of hang on the same spots, but it's very easy to kind of lose yourself in trying to go fast. Like if you go fast trying to speedrun this game, that bonus is hella hard. I forget if there's oh shit. I think there's a way to get that banana. Like that's like one of those things. It's like people complain. It's like that's an impossible banana. That bonus actually gives you a shit ton of time. I just noticed that you actually start with 48 seconds. I think that is the longest bonus in the series because of that. Anyways, here we go. Swoopy Salvo. So, remember those little, like, woodpecker dudes we saw earlier? We only saw, like, a couple of them in, like, the tree levels earlier. Well, this level is all about them. And I'm going to say, in my humble opinion, that this is the hardest level in the game. Right here. And what a surprise. It's funny that I say that, because we'll see why. A funny little detail here in just a sec. It's a Squawks level. It's not actually entirely a Squawks level, but it's, like, the first half is. So it's funny to me that it's, like, both, the second game and this game have like some of the hardest parts of the game involving squawks, which is just funny to me. And we got our pal Booty Bird here. So the reason why this level is so difficult is because look at these dudes. These dudes hurt us. These are a special variant of the Soupy Salvo enemy. They're basically just like a regenerating hazard in a sense. They follow the same pattern every time, and you want to be careful about them. We won't see them too much yet because we're doing a bonus. But of course, this bonus actually makes us turn into the Kongs for a sec here. Kind of funky actually, because it's just this. It's just like 3 roll jumps and they shoot you back up here. I'm not even sure when they bothered. Like, I guess they couldn't think of anything to do with squawks. So this is all it is. You immediately turn back into squawks because you can see here the barrels are not there while you're squawks because they thought of that, I guess. I'm trying to think of anything. Any hidden items here? I don't remember. I don't think there's actually all that many hidden items in this level, and I totally just got hit. It's funny how I say that, because now I'm going to go up here and die. Yep. Oops. 100% my fault. We haven't even got a midpoint yet, but I mean, we weren't that far into the level anyways, so no big deal. We'll just quickly rush. Funny thing is, the ones that just hang out to the wall can't hurt you. They don't have any sort of hitbox. They're purely just there to like help you. So it's funny how it's like, this is a really weird, I guess, entity is what I should call it, because one version of it helps you and the other version hurts you. It's really weird. One thing that is helpful to know, and you don't have to do this, but it's like later parts of the level will be very difficult if you don't know to do that, is that you can kill them with Squawks' eggs, coconuts, whatever you want to call them. I'm pretty sure they're eggs. Like, I don't think they're supposed to be coconuts. No coconut is like yellow with like red spots. Anyways, let's go ahead and get this coin again, and this time don't screw it up. There you go. Funny how it's so much easier to get when I'm not worried about dying. This part doesn't expect it of you, but like you can see like it's not even that fast right now, and it can still be like scary. So up here, if you don't go along the regular path, this is where you have to do it. Ugh, shit! Come on, I hate Squawks' hitbox though. Like the eggs are really annoyingly like big, so it's hard to like use them without like making them just like get wasted. But yeah, here we go. We got our bonus that actually has Soupy Salvos in it. So it's funny how they thought of this one, but the other one they just make you turn to the Kongs for like 2 seconds. It's really weird actually. This bonus is actually really easy because you can see like they're really slow here. What's hard is actually getting into the bonus. The bonus is like probably like the hardest bonus to reach in the game. Just because like being between the 2 red buzzes, it's really easy to just like mistime it and get killed. It's funny though that I didn't even get killed by them. Instead I got killed by like the easier part. Also got this little section here. The sign is weirdly like high for some reason. It's like in the, almost like in the background. Yeah, so you want to be careful here, because if you mess this one up once again, you'll have to redo the whole level. That doesn't usually happen, but it can happen if we're not careful. Hey, so we can go ahead and get the midpoint here. Now we have to start doing rope climbing and stuff to get around them. This is when the level gets really tricky, because we got these sections where you kind of have to like jump between. Anything there? No. There's a lot of bristles in this level too to kind of like trip you up. Ooh, jeez. Okay, be careful here, because they'll drop down. I don't think there's anything up there. Not on the top of my head, so you're just supposed to run in here. And you can jump off them. And as you can guess, because of their little spiky faces, if you try to roll into them, they act like crimps, and that you can't roll into their fronts, but you can roll into their backs. So this one is especially fast, and because it's so fast, there's actually a bonus up here. Hey, look at that. And that is actually the 3rd bonus again. Wow, I totally... I guess it was the norm in this world instead of the abnormal, huh? Totally forgot about that. This bonus, though, has nothing to do with the level. It's just, like, you quickly do a couple of team throws and then you're done. It's really weird, actually. I'm not sure why they bothered. I guess because since there's 3 bonuses, it just couldn't think of anything. It's funny here that there's a swoopy hole here, but it doesn't actually work. Oh! Right away. Crap. Don't spawn them in. Whoa, that was weird. It was like, it doubled up. So this one's really hard because like you have to kind of go up in between. And what's really interesting is, I'm not sure why this thing's here, but there's actually an invisible DK barrel here, and it's there even if you've disabled DK barrels. And it's really weird because there's like a DK barrel right before this part and right after this part, but for some reason it's just there. You can see I broke it open. Anyways, we're getting up to the, I guess you could call it the hard part of the level. Even though this level's already killed me. But, you know. Is there something here? No. That'd be a good place to put something, though. Kinda have to jump between dudes here, and then there's a little... Probably the part that Kid Me had the most trouble with in this whole game is these weird, like, jumps onto the broken tree branches. You have to, like, pretty much perfectly time them, because you don't bounce very high off of enemies in this game. So if you even slightly mistime that, you kind of get stuck in this weird limbo state where you end up actually in an even harder part where you have to jump back up using the salvos, and it's kind of... It's definitely something that'll give you trouble. This is another one, too. You have to, like, jump really late onto these dudes. You have to, like... And because they're, like, just barely not spaced, it's, like, really hard to get up there. Which, you know, I'm not doing it justice by doing it first try, but, you know, that's how it always goes. And that's the end of the level, and we get our cog! Hey! Sorry about that, I had a bit of a snafu, and as a result I am now recording 2 days later. Because of course I am, and I never had a chance to record since, because my life gets hectic sometimes, but I'll try to get right back into the process. So we can walk into Boomer, and he's going to tell us about our cogs that we've been picking up all throughout the levels. And he tells us, hey, it'll fit on this box here. You put them on and then nothing happens, because you need all 5. Anyways, with the completion of Swoopy Salvo and all the things, guess what? We have the final, the finale of all the bonus coins. This is the last ones we'll get, and it buys us the last explosion. Let's watch it go boom. Slowly and surely, it traveled along the line. Kaboom! Now we can head on in to the final level of this great game. Rocket Rush! And you can see the exclamation point's already there because, of course, there's no more bonuses, so the last level can't have bonuses. Which means this is the only level in, I guess, the series past Donkey Country 1 to have a level with no bonuses in it. And funny enough, this level is completely different from everything else in the game. We got this sweet, fancy little doot-doot-doot song here. And we got a rocket here, which is, I guess, kind of a prelude to the rocket barrel levels from the future series. The rocket barrel is basically... It's kind of what you'd expect, I guess. Well, not really. I don't know. It certainly is unique. Like, it's pretty self-explanatory. You grab the fuel barrels to get more fuel so you don't run out of fuel and die. It's actually inverse controls because the buttons control the nozzles. So when I press left, I control the left nozzle, which makes me blow to the right. And this is kind of a power trip level in a sense because we get to kill all these red buzzes that have been messing with us the whole game, which is, I think, pretty cool. And whenever you land on one, it actually uses up a bit of fuel though, so you have to be careful. You want to be careful. And of course, as you might guess, if you slam into the ground too fast, you actually die. And now we're going up! Hooray! Oh shit! So I believe... I'm pretty sure I'm already dead, but whatever. It's fine. I'm trying to remember where to go, but I'm like blanking here. You can get some bananas there. If you go to the right here, we get some coins. Oh yeah, I'm dead, but that's okay. I'm gonna show something off. Oh, I didn't show it off, did I? Well, wait, maybe I still can? Yeah! I showed it off! So that bear coin there is like the most impossible suicidal bear coin like the whole game. Like, if you... you need to not hit the wall because that will reset your momentum to get all the way up there. So you need to like just barely scoot past the wall. And then even if you do that perfectly and get the coin, you're probably going to die after doing that. So it's pretty silly if you ask me. So I'm going to try this if I can. There you go. So here's a little trick. These fuel things give a lot more fuel. So if you grab them by hanging out to the left and kind of doing it like that. I missed the end again, but it doesn't really matter. You'll see why it doesn't matter in a sec here. So I grabbed the extra bananas. There's actually another bear coin that I missed earlier, but whatever, it doesn't matter. There's nothing left to spend them on, so like getting bear coins at this point is basically just for fun. Ugh, not hitting that roof is so hard. But of course, if you do my trick, you can actually get hit twice. So the thing is that normally, if you like do the level normally like that, oh jeez, yeah, this coin's actually really hard to like throw past if you're not Kitty, because Kitty can just do like that, but Dixie has a hard time throwing it over the guy. Anything here? No. Let's just get our last thing. And we're back. And because we're at the end of the world, you might be thinking, is there a shortcut? You bet your sweet ass there is. You can just scoop on over to this thing here. Now that we have our final cog, we can head on into Boomer's bomb shelter. I'm being all dramatic. Look, you put in the cog and some stuff happens. Boom. It doesn't seem to have done much, huh? What on earth is that racket? Take a look outside. You can hear that sweet, sweet sound effect. SFX. The rocks in front will blow up for no reason. Because I guess he had some extra explosives for free. And hey, look, it's the Knautilus. Alright, I think that's what it's called, right? Yeah, Knautilus. So before we enter what is the final boss of the game, I want to show off a cool detail that, as a kid, I knew this because I replayed the heck out of these levels, but not a lot of people know. Maybe, I don't know. It's probably pretty well known, but you can see what it is right now by just looking at this. The color palettes for all of the main areas have changed. They're now all like a bright glowing red, and this affects the Kongs as well because, essentially because of the glowing lava, water, whatever it is. And because of that, every level in this world's palette has changed. And I want to show off each one because some of them look pretty cool, I think. I really like the cliffside because it's like glowing in the back, kinda, and it makes the sky look different. And then you got the cave. Cave is actually pretty similar. It's just like more red, basically. And finally, we have the treetop. Obviously, Rocket Rush is gonna be the same as the other mountain. The treetop level here is very red. Look how red it is. It like looks like it's almost like on fire. Like this would be a great color palette for a burning tree level. And I mean, I guess we might as well just show off Rocket Rush quickly because it looks the same. Rocket Rush actually has a really cool glitch you can do in it, which I might show off later. But for now, I'll just leave it be. So let's drop down and hey, we're ready for the final boss. Let's just pop into Boomers for a second and see he has a fan. He has a little fan. He popped into Bazaars to get this fan. He's not cheap. They made a fan graphic just for this little thing, just if you walk in, which is so funny to me. Anyways, Knautilus. Here we are, final boss, and who else would it be but Baron K.Rool again. What in blazes? You're the one responsible for sculling my super secret submarine. This is the last time you spoil my plans. I'm gonna bash you good. Whoa, big man. Right, look out, you cheeky monkeys. And this fight is kind of similar to the first one, but a lot more like position based instead of like platforming. Because you have to like basically, you throw these barrels into the suction thing up here. You try to hit like the back of him. And then, first time you do it, he kind of drops in here. Boom. And then, this is the only time he does this. After this, the rest of this is just kind of hanging around in the lightning. I'm going to change the kitty. Because kitty has an easier time throwing barrels, which I've already mentioned many times. And basically, when it starts sucking, you just wait for him to get right to about like the edge of the thing. A little closer. And while the thing's shooting, you just hang out. You can actually keep yourself safe by just holding barrels above your head with Dixie, but like, that's kind of boring. Ooh. And then once you do this, the platform, the ground below it starts moving, which obviously makes it a little trickier. But this is when it gets hard. It gets hard in a sec here. You're going to see what I mean when I get this last hit here. Oof! And now when you do this, he comes back over. Ooh! And when he presses his button, the electricity actually shoots a little wave. And this wave can be really hard to dodge because you can't pick up the barrel. Because if you pick up the barrel, that's what sucks up the thing. It's like you actually have to use the steel keg to suck it up, which is kind of cool, I guess. Ugh! And it's deceptively easy to just like get killed. Ah, fuck. And yeah, unlike the first fight, you absolutely need to hit his jetpack or his little copter. Like if you hit his back, it just doesn't do anything. See? So pretty much just get good at knowing, like it pretty much always leads to like hit you, like it always tries to hit you. So if you're on like the left side of the barrel, 9 times out of 10 it's going to come from the left. There's actually a trick you can do that will let it essentially like do it for free, but regardless, that's it. That's all of Donkey Country 3's like gameplay, or like levels, I guess. We did it, guys. We beat the game. And it just zooms on out right quick without giving us a second to revel in it. So, we have everything, but that's obviously not the end of the game, because there's no ending there, right? You beat K.Rool, but, like, nothing happened, right? But what we do have is all the DK coins, and if you come back to Funky with every single DK coin, all 40, I think 40 of them, or is there 41? I don't actually remember. But either way, pop in here. He tells us, oh yeah, no, I didn't get anything. I don't got anything to show you. He says while he's hammering and sawing away. He calls it the Funky Copter, but the game itself just calls it a Gyrocopter. And with this Gyrocopter, we now have complete free movement on the world map. We can fly anywhere we want. And there's some stuff to do otherwise, but first thing first, we're gonna come over here to the clouds over here where they kind of starts covering up the screen. Hang out here at the very top left, we get to go to this little bird person here. So apparently K.Rool has imprisoned this bird behind an evil barrier, ooh, with a dark and powerful magic spell. And then he hid the ones that could break the key, which are of course the banana birds, because what else would it be? Which are her children, apparently. I always thought this was weird, like, it's like, oh, K.Rool blocked her with a magic spell, but it's like, this game's supposed to be all about, like, nature versus technology, and K.Rool himself is, like, all about his, like, science and stuff. That's, like, the point. Like, all the bosses are, like, these mutated creatures. K.Rool's got, like, all these factories. Like, his level itself is all about, like, electricity and, like, his little, like, castle factory and stuff. And then, but then, like, you get to this end of the game here, and it's like, yeah, no, he's magic. Like, it's so funny to me. I don't know why. Hey, look, it's the cliff we jumped off at the very start of the game. Would have been a funny place to hide a secret, but no, there's nothing there. Instead, we want to go to little corners in the map that we couldn't really get to before, but look like this sign here. For example, right over here, boom, Belch's Burrow, which means now we have a bunch of Simon Says to do all in a row. So, we'll get real lucky and get one that's incredibly easy to do while I'm, like, talking through it. Hell yeah! It's fun when you get easy ones, because then I don't have to think. So yeah, I'll try to show off like attempts, but like chances are it's just gonna be me, just like a success montage, because it's kind of hard to do it. I will show off some. I guess I might as well show off some things about the world map that I really like. So some of the world map areas are actually like, most of them are like basically just tiny versions of the actual levels they are. Well, I say that, but the reality is the only ones that are really like that are the first one here. So this first area right here, you can see like, you can see the bridge at the start of the area, you can see the second bridge, you can see the Barnacles Island in the middle, you can see the little snow area up top, the path leading down. I think it's a really cool touch that the first map area is like that. The rest of them are basically just like, just kind of showing off what you can expect about the world. So like, they are still like, they don't become like scale like this one is. Like, it's not a tiny version, but you do see like the basic parts of the world. Like, it's got the bridges, you've got the forest, which I think is cool. Over here, obviously, you've got the factory and the little forest in the corner. Over here, you've got the waterfall and the little like sea parts to the side. Over here, obviously, you've got like the snow, part of the cliff over here to the left. Not really, actually. This one's pretty standard, it's just snow. And then here at Razor Ridge, it's just, this one's really simple, like it's just like the cliffside. Although I think you've got what kind of looks like the high cliffside. Like, this is kind of where you'd go for like the wrench. And it does have the little water pocket over here, so that's cool, I guess. And then Castle Chaos, Chaos Core is just like the castle plus the moat and some of like the jungles surrounding it. So I think that's really cool. Anyways, as I keep hovering about it, there's Hilltop Horde up here. So I'm gonna try to get this, so see you guys when I get this. Easy. I swear to God, it really just comes down to getting a bunch of easy patterns. It's like sometimes you get ones that are just like all different, and it's really complex, and then you get the ones where it's like you press X like 20 times, and it's just like really helps. And over here at this little island, funny enough, oh, I didn't even notice the little bridge up here. So this is like the bridge at the top. Funny enough, as a kid, because of like all this weird stuff out here, I always thought like maybe there was another secret world out here. And funny enough, in the Game Boy Advance part, there is another world here, like in this ocean spot. Anyways, K.Rool's cache, or just K's cache, but I mean it's supposed to be like, obviously it's K.Rool's cache, because I mean it's even cache with a K, like duh. Anyways, let's try to get this one. Oh, that one was just luck. I got that first try, but I think it was kind of just like, I just kind of did what I thought made sense. I mean, I guess that's not luck, but it's like, I definitely was like, kind of just like, I barely remembered it. From here, I think that's actually all of them. There's, like Bazaar says, there's 13 secret caves, so if you count them all down, you can see 1, 2, 3, the hidden one over here, the cache over here, the one on the hilltop here. We've got, let me think, 7 in this world, the one here, the one in here, the one here, the one in this world, the one in this world, and the one in this world. So that is all of them. So I believe from here, if we head on into Wrinkly, that should be everything. I think we're about to see the ending. Yeah. They look like they want to take you for a ride. If you get the ending, Wrinkly is always in her aerobatics. She's always doing aerobics. Cranky's gonna fetch our boat, even though we're in a gyrocopter, but you know. I should have taken a chance to... I mean, I guess I'll just say it right now. I love the world map in this game. Like, really. Like, just straight as that. Anyways, we get to see them fly us to the end here. The waterfall graphic there is broken. That's something they actually fixed in future versions, funny enough. I'm not sure why it's broken. It's probably just something weird about the world map. Because the world map's getting set up for the ending here. So you did it. You found all of my children. At last I can be freed from K.Rool's spell. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Kaboom! Raises down. We get to see all of Mr. Mother Banana Bird with her weird, like rainbow colored, like, feathers in the back. She has, like, a tuft of, like, red whatever. The sun starts shining. She's gonna teach K.Rool a lesson he'll never forget. And we leave out and we get to see, I mean, this sequence is really cool, but at the same time it's really goofy. But I mean, that kind of sums up the whole series in a nutshell. So we get like this sweet song here. K.Rool's in the hovercraft for some reason. I'm not sure why. I guess he like stole it or something. World maps, you can see like the world map's all set up and stuff. Like there's no flags, like the waterfall there's broken. K.Rool's just running the heck away. I noticed she has a ponytail. I guess that's cool. Oh, I just noticed we're riding her. I did not notice we were riding her. Somehow in all the years I've watched the scene, I have never noticed the Kongs are actually riding the Banana Bird Queen. I didn't notice that. That's actually sweet looking. And then yeah, she just spits out a giant egg and drops us down on her, and yeah. That's the ending. Can you imagine the ending to this trilogy is just K.Rool gets covered by a giant egg and we just sit here? Thankfully though, if you hang out here for long enough, we do get to see some extra stuff. You get to see that Cranky's and Funky's on this little motorboat. Cranky's doing tricks, he's skeeting. Water skiing. Does it with one foot, he starts waving to us like a fancy pants. And then here he'll be doing like, I think he does like a handstand. And then Funky puts into overdrive. And then he's flying away and then kaboom! Hear a little explosion. And that's the game. That is the entire game. Cranky holds up the end sign. And he's just zooming here. And this is the rest. As soon as you press any buttons here, it'll go to the results screen. So yeah, I guess, should I talk about the game now? I guess so. I mean, I love the shit out of this game. Like, I've always thought that, like, even as a kid, like, I never thought anything was weird with this game. Like, I swear, it's created, like, this weird placebo effect. Like, I hear people say this game's, like, the worst of the three, and that it's just, like, it's just a weird game, and it's missing stuff. And I swear, it's just, like, I've been told that. People say it so much, like it's not even true. It's just you say it enough and eventually you start thinking it's true, you know? Let's check out this sweet little results screen here. Top banana. Now, unfortunately, because we didn't get 105% from the cheat code, we don't get to see... If you get 105%, there's actually a Cranky statue that's here that has him doing like karate and stuff, and it's pretty cool looking. But for now, at least, I mean, top banana. Maybe I'll do like... I don't know, like a super run of the game someday, where I do it with I think it's called Tufts. Yeah, it's TUFST is the code. Enter Tufts and you remove DK barrels and midpoints, and you just beat the game like that and you get 105%. But yeah, that's it for this game. I mean, what else did I say? I probably won't ever do Returns or Tropical Freeze. Maybe someday I'll do Tropical Freeze, but I won't do Returns because I don't like Returns very much. But yeah, that's it for the game. You can actually see the mosh there from earlier because you enter your results from beating the first K.Rool, even though it's impossible to have 100% by that point, which is kind of funny. So yeah, that's it. See you guys next time.